Difficulty can be handled in a lot of different ways in gaming. Some are great, but honestly, a lot of games do it terribly. Personally, I think one of the best examples of how to do difficulty right is Barony. Normally, games scale difficulty by bumping just a few basic stats. The number of enemies, their health, their damage. While that works, it rarely makes for satisfying gameplay. In the end, you're just dying quicker. Barony takes a different approach by making you inherently vulnerable. You're constantly on the edge of your seat because you can die at any second. But the real reason why difficulty works so well is that it teaches you instead of just punishing you. After a few failed attempts, you actually start to learn, fight better, when to engage, and becoming more aware of your surroundings. You start off in Barony by choosing from a decent list of classes, as well as a few different races if you have the required DLC, and then you're immediately thrown into the game. Barony's core gameplay loop consists of spawning in, hunting for the exit to the next floor, grabbing as much loot as you can along the way, and eventually dying. It's a simple loop, but it's incredibly addictive, especially when you're playing with friends. The classes are a fundamental part of the experience. Each one plays a highly important role, and a well-coordinated team can easily reach deeper levels of the dungeon if everyone actually knows how to play the classes. You aren't just worrying about the monsters, you're worrying about the dungeon itself. One wrong step can trigger a hidden tripwire, dropping a boulder on your head that instantly ends your run. Open a chest without checking? It might be a mimic. Put on a cool looking helmet you just found, it's cursed, and now your stats are ruined. One of my favorite things about Barony is how it can either reward or punish curiosity. Take this clip as an example of which I find a blindfold, and I was quite intrigued by it, so I put it on. It ended up being cursed, and I was unable to remove it, thus making me blind, eventually leading to my inevitable death. This game can be brutal like that, but that gamble makes it so fun, especially with friends. In the end, there's nothing more funny than watching your bro die the most hilarious death because he didn't realize that there was a boulder trapped directly above him. Another great part about Barony is when you die in a multiplayer session, you become a ghost, and you can still interact with the environment, such as pushing enemies around or being able to light a path for your people who are still alive. And when they reach the exit to the next layer of the dungeon, you can actually respawn, however you do not respawn back with your stuff. Anyways, that completes my thoughts on Barony. I wanted to try something